Hello, my name is Julian Jenkins, and I'm here, as my mantra says, to help you help yourself live a happy, balanced spiritual life with clarity and purpose. I've taught over 10,000 people now around the world in 132 different countries, in 32 different languages, to be able to live that spiritual life. And I'm here today to help you, to help yourself, to connect with your spiritual guides. There is a lot of thought and a lot of emphasis put on spirit guides. And some of that is because I believe that when we open ourselves up to spirit, we want that friend in an area that we don't know. So it's like you walking into a party and you don't know anybody. Then over on the right hand side, you see a friend that you haven't seen for years. You make a beeline for them because it's a friendly face in a sea of unknown. And it's the same with guides. People want to know their spiritual guides because they're going into this spiritual space without knowing anybody. So they want that friendly, familiar face, and your guides have the ability to provide that for you. But then we get et up on it. I don't see them. I don't know their name. Will I ever see them? And all of these questions wrapping themselves around the guides. Whether you know your guides or you don't, I can guarantee you they're doing what their job title says. And they're guiding you. Whether that's guiding you through just giving you a gentle nudge this way or a gentle nudge that way, or coming to you via dreams, or showing you symbolically through things that you, why do I keep seeing that all the time? So these things will be guided to you by your guides. Even if you haven't seen them or don't see them, I can categorically tell you that they're there. But today we're going to learn how to connect with them, or learn how to practice how to connect with them, because a lot of these things, it's not light switch. You can't just flick the switch and say, oh, that's it now, I'm connected to my spirit guide, brilliant, thanks very much. It does do that for some people, but in the main it's a period of about building your connection in your relationship with spirit, in the same way you do with yourself, which I've talked about before. So what are spirit guides? Well, as I said to you, they're people in spirit who have been assigned to you personally, for you to then to be able to help you through your physical, but also to dovetail that with your spiritual soul's goals and purpose, for you to complete before you go back upstairs and go back to the light. And they're always around you, and you have hundreds of them, and they can all specialize in different areas. Now I have one go-to guide. His name's Ronnie, or in his Ottoman Indian name, Rotag. And he introduced himself to me when I was a very small child. And he's been with me ever since. Now my life has sort of meandered in and out, and he's been there and he's always there, but it's like, do I see him, I don't see him, do I see him, I don't see him. And there's that, the way I describe it really is, there's that beautiful poem, which is called Footsteps in the Sand, and you probably know it, but it says of a man who questions God, when he's walking in the sand and he can see two sets of footprints. And then when the going gets tough, he looks back and only sees one set of footprints. And when it gets easier again, there's two sets of footprints. And he says to God, God, why, when I needed you most, did you desert me? And God turns around and said, I didn't desert you, my son. That was me carrying you through those periods of hardship and tough times. And that's what your guides do. They'll be there to help to guide you and to drag you through some of those tough times, good or bad. And for me, it's a beautiful relationship. And it's a relationship you have to cultivate, you have to build. And it is a relationship. So when we connect with our guides and we start to feel our guides, don't just use them as some form of spiritual Google. Okay, build a relationship with them. And you know, an analogy I gave, if I go to my next door neighbor, who's a very friendly person, by the way, but I knocked his door and said, can I have some milk for a coffee? First day he's going to say yes. The second day he's going to be yes. Third day he's going to be, this is getting stupid. The fourth day he's probably going to tell me to go to the shop in a very polite manner. That's because it's a transactional based relationship. My only relationship with my neighbor then is transactional, because all I want is something from him. I'm not knocking his door and saying, are you okay? Do you need anything? I'm going up the shop. Can I get you something? How can I help? How can I be with you? Let's have you fancy a pint, fancy a cup of coffee. And you build a relationship. Then that relationship is stronger. And when you need that help, love and support from your guide, it's there for you. So think about that before we connect. And as always, the key to connecting with spirit, connecting with your guides, is done through meditation and intention. The intention before you start your meditation of meeting your guides. And the meditation of being able to get your altered state of consciousness, your mind, from here down to here. To be able to blend the two energies together, to create this space that you don't go searching for spirit. Spirit come to you. They enter your space through your meditation and the area that you create. And that's really important. And that's what we're going to do now. So what I'd like you to do is just close your eyes and take a deep breath in. As you breathe in, I want you to hold it for 2 seconds and breathe out. Breathe in, hold it for 2 seconds and breathe out. And as you feel yourself now relaxing, I want you to set the focus and the mantra. So as you breathe in, I want you to say to yourself, focusing on. You're going to focus on something. So you breathe in, it's focusing on, and as you breathe out, meeting my guide. Focusing on, meeting my guide. Focusing on, meeting my guide. And just do that and follow it naturally with your breath. Focusing on, meeting my guide. And you'll feel yourself become calmer. I'm going to leave you for a moment now as you just keep that mantra going of focusing on, meeting my guide. Focusing on, meeting my guide. Keep going and keep that mantra going in your mind. On your in-breath, you're focusing on your out-breath, you're meeting your guides. I'm going to leave you for a moment just for you to drift away. And as you feel your energy change and you feel the presence around you, you feel the space change around you. And you know that you can feel the energy of spirit. And your mantra is still focusing on meeting my guide. But what I need to do now is I want you just to bring your awareness, bring your mind's eye, that you see you and I stood together on a stairway with 3 steps in front of us. And in front of us in these 3 steps is a beautiful carved door. And the door is the temple of unity. It opens up to a wonderful space that has so much spiritual information about ourselves. And today, we're going to meet our guides. And what I want you to do now is we walk up each step. I just want you to again set the intention stronger of focusing on meeting your guides. We go up the first step, focusing on meeting our guides. We go up the second step, focusing on meeting our guides. And we go up the third step, focusing on meeting our guides. We open the door and we walk into this beautiful hallway. And to the left-hand side, there's another door. There's lots of doors in front of you. But the dark door on the left-hand side clearly has written in it, your guide. And as we walk, we open the door and we go into this beautiful room with loads of books all around you. It's one of the most magnificent libraries you've ever seen in your life. The energy and the healing of this room is beautiful. It just makes you more calmer and more relaxed and ready to meet your guides. And as you look in the middle of the room, there's a lovely table with a chair either side. And I want you to sit on the left-hand chair, and we'll pull the chair out slightly for somebody to sit on the other side. And you know your intention now was to focus on meeting your guide. And as you look around the room, this beautiful room has so many millions of books. It's full of knowledge. It's such a spiritual and sacred space. I now ask my guides, my helpers and inspirers, to bring forward your guides. Ask them to enter the room, and in your mind's eye, you sense and feel them. You may even see them coming and sitting right in front of you. And as they sit in front of you, you feel the radiance and the power of their energy. And you can ask them any question you like. You can go on any journey you want. I'm going to leave you here now for a few moments. And when I'm ready, I will come back in. But in the meantime, sit in this beautiful spiritual energy and allow you and your guides to spend some quality time together. We are always so blessed to be able to have the wonderful presence of Spirit, and today for us to meet our guides. I ask your guide now, wherever you are, you see me stood by you, I ask your guides, your presence, to stand back and to leave you back into the room where we first started. They say thank you, and your guide disappears back into the world of spirit. And you and I are now stood in this beautiful library. You look around and you see that you're drawn to one book. And as you get close to that book, you will see the title of that book: How to Meet Your Spirit Guides. And you take the book and you take it with you, knowing now that internally you have all of that knowledge, all of that love, and all of that experience of meeting your guides right with you. And you'll hold that book forever, creating an unstoppable and insatiable bond with Spirit and your guide. And as we just get to the door, we leave the room and we turn right and we come back to the opening of the Temple of Unity with 3 steps in front of us. We step down 1, we step down 2, we step down 3. And we start back where we started this whole process. And you turn around and look at this temple and you thank the Lord, the Divine, for giving this wonderful sacred space. We blow it a kiss and say, to the next time, my dear friends, with the Spirit Guide book now deep inside us, with us for the rest of our lives. And when you're ready, I want you to slowly wiggle your fingers, open your eyes, and come back into the room. So that's quite a long meditation, but it needs to be, because you need to spend that quality time. Now, you may have seen something, you may not have seen something, you may have sensed something, you may have followed me here. This isn't a one-size-fits-all policy. This isn't like a, I'm in. This video, this how-to video, and the beauty of this resource is you can come back to it again and again and again and again. And every time, I guarantee you, things will become more vivid. The relationship will become a lot closer. Your connection with yourself and the connection with Spirit will be even bigger. I hope you enjoyed this week's how-to, because if you did, if you can hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell so you get the notifications. And of course, I want to know your comments. I want to know what you experienced. Pop your comments in the link below and share this as well, because I think there's lots of people out there that could benefit from spending this quality time with Spirit and the intention of meeting their guides. It's always a privilege to be with you, and I look forward to seeing you again. And just remember, be love and give love. And my role here is to help you help yourself live a happy, balanced spiritual life with clarity and purpose. And I hope that was the case today. See you soon. Take care. Be love and give love. And don't forget, hit the subscribe button and put your comments of what you experienced during this very powerful and wonderful meditation of how to connect with your spirit guides. Thank you. Bye-bye.